Hey guys, I'm coming on just a couple minutes early so you guys can join me for us to get started tonight. Hello Taylor, hello Halima, hello everyone as you're coming on. Happy Wednesday. It's Winning Wednesday, right? We're back. Can you believe it's Wednesday again already? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Watts PNG, I just found out about you and you speak to my soul. Thank you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining me and following and subscribing and joining us on Wednesday nights. I've got a video I'm going to do that God put on my heart this week that I haven't done yet, but I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. And it's going to be called Why Marriage is Overrated. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, cuz. Hey, honey. Hi, Jade. Yeah, I'm going to do a video called Why Marriage is Overrated. You're welcome, Nancy. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Christy. Hello, everyone, as you're coming on. Tonight, I am taking questions directly from my inbox. So we don't have live guests tonight. I'm taking questions directly from my inbox. Hey, Tina. Hi, sweetheart. Directly from my inbox. Okay, so these are people who send messages to my inbox, and I'm going to be answering some of those questions tonight. And I'm going to do as, good of a job as I can. It's not always easy to answer questions because the whole reason I started taking live guests is because, there's so much detail, right, guys? We know the devil's in the details. It's like, it's very difficult to answer questions when you don't know the details of things, right? And so I can answer general questions. I can give you my best advice based on situations, but it's difficult sometimes when I can't go back and forth to ask you more detail to get to the nitty gritty of what's really going on, which is why we do our live guests. If you want to be a live guest, I'm going to be doing my live show with guests all the way through till I start filming for the new show on OWN. I'm going to be doing my live show on Wednesday nights as long as I can until we start filming, and then I won't be able to do it when we're filming. However, I'm going to do it all the way through, guys. So make sure you send an email to live@RebeccaLynnPope.com if you want a live coaching session or you want to get your questions answered live so we can take a deep dive into some of the things you might be dealing with, okay? So tonight, my first question, and I'm not going to name any names, so you don't have to worry. If you send a question into my inbox, I'm not going to name any names. This is anonymous, okay, guys? So my first question tonight, and I told her I was going to read this and answer her question. She says, wow, that post you put this morning so touched me. I think she was talking about the crazy, I think it was the day I did a post about the crazy husband with the mistress, that crazy day. Remember that one, guys? So touched me. Been on a long distance relationship for 18 months. He keeps me a secret from his family because he is a public figure and doesn't want anyone to know. Excuse me. So now he texts me. He has been hospitalized with COVID, high risk. It's true because he sent me a picture. I'm scared, sad, pissed, and hurt. If he dies, I will never know or be able to go to the hospital. He said his daughter will take care of him and he doesn't want me to be a burden. He doesn't want to be a burden to me. After I read your post, I texted him and agreed to let go. I felt like a side chick. Told him if he doesn't accept me now in public or a life or death situation, he never will. It was tough for me to do that, but I felt it had to be done. Was I right? Was I right? And my answer is most definitely you're right. Most definitely. One of the things we have, ladies, fellas, everybody, all of the above, one of the things we have got to get out of is making excuses for people. Guys, when someone really wants you in their life, when someone really loves you, when someone really cares about you, they make you a priority. You're not going to be a secret. Okay? I'm going to say it again. You're not going to be a secret. They are going to be proud of you. They're going to want to show you off. They want you to meet their family. If anything, they start moving a little too fast and you maybe have to hold on like, come on, let's pace ourselves. We're not ready to meet each other's children yet. I'm not ready to meet your mama yet, okay? But when they're really into you, there's no deception, there's no hiding, there's no secrets. Maybe if they're a public figure, they're not posting you on their social media right away. But in your real day-to-day life, you're going to be getting to know him, his friends. You're going to be getting to know her friends, her family. I don't care how guarded, hurt. I don't care how popular, famous. Before all this social media stuff, guys, there's real day-to-day life. And before there was any such thing as social media, and you would date someone and they were really into you, you're going to be meeting their family. You're going to be meeting their friends. You're not going to be a secret. That's right, Nancy. You're not going to be a secret. As a matter of fact, thank you. J Ballard 900 says you have a title. Listen, not ne'er a never, never a man who is ever sincerely, truly, intentionally interested in me, who was wanting to really take it to the next level with me, was never trying to hide me from anyone. If anything, fellas, ladies, they're so proud to have you. They are so, listen, who am I talking to? When somebody's really, really into you guys, if anything, they're trying to show you off. They're trying to take you to meet their homeboys. Oh yeah, let's go over here to the bar and grill. It's football time. Oh, let's just stop through. My fellas are over here because they trying to floss. They trying to, you know what I'm saying? You may not even be in a committed relationship yet, but they trying to act like you are. They're trying to show you off like you are. Like, dude, I just met you. Come on now. I need some people to keep it honest. When you have really, really, really been into someone, ain't no pumping your brakes. Ain't no hiding. Sweetheart, I don't know your name and I can't say your name. I forgot his inbox. I can't say your name. But 18-month long distance relationship, that wasn't no relationship, darling. He was just saying all the right things, stringing you along, right? Somebody said, wait, get to know Rob. Yes, let me introduce you everywhere, right? Let a man be proud of you. Girls, listen, you gonna be meeting his mama in 90 days. I said it. Yes. Right? Listen, guys. So all of this sneaking, ducking, diving, dodging, oh, I've got a position, I got a title, I'm a public figure, y'all hear me? Excuses. I hate to be the one to break it to you. They're just not that into you. Okay? They're just not that into you. That's what it boils down to. Those are excuses. They're stringing you along. They really don't like you like that. Not like the way they need to really be in a committed relationship. The way to make a relationship work, both parties have to be fully invested, crazy about each other, falling in love. Hey, Nikki, right? You got to be crazy for it to work. It's not going anywhere when half the party, right? Jay Ballard said he will take you out and parade you around like a 2-carat diamond ring, right? Tell it. Jay Ballard's telling it. He's like, look, I ain't hiding nothing that I'm proud of. I ain't hiding nothing. Ladies, it's time to stop being his little secret. You can't be his little secret, honey. That's not going nowhere. 18 months and you ain't never met his family. You can't go around nobody. Do you think you're about to have a ring on your finger? Do you really think this is going anywhere? Think about it, guys. Think about the steps you go through in the stages of a relationship and commitment, dating, exclusivity, right? Engaged, married, If you haven't even met his family and you're calling it a relationship and you're calling it we go together, that's my man, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, but you ain't even met his family, no, you still back here on dating. You're not even exclusive. You definitely have not moved into exclusivity. You're not anywhere near engaged or anywhere near married. Okay? Only one so says, I'm not hiding nothing I'm proud of. Ding, ding, ding. That's it, guys. Okay? We're not hiding nothing we're proud of. That's human nature. Unless you got some games going on, unless you got 5 people you entertaining. Hey, Madeline. Courting, right, Nikki? Courting. That's the old term. Me and Carrie call it courting. You courting. You old school. You call it courting. Who said this? Nancy says, some men want to sleep with women and give no title. You are diamond ladies. He needs to step up his game and put a ring on it. Hello. You will finish each other's sentences. The speed of the relationship will be moving fast like Sonic the Hedgehog. I like you. I like you, Jay Ballard. Yes, honey, you're hitting the nail on the head. When you crazy about each other, it's moving way faster than you intended. When you are both into each other, this thing is moving way, ask Carrie Pope. It was moving way faster than he intended. Hello, Sensei 84854. Hi, Rebecca. It's 1 a.m. in South Africa, working night shift, enjoying your life. Thank you, sweetheart. Thanks for tuning in. 1 a.m. in South Africa. Thanks for joining us, sweetheart. Okay, guys, next question. And this was from a couple weeks ago. She definitely didn't want to share this or to come on the show. So there's no names, guys. I'm not going to share any names. But I'm going to answer this for you, sweetheart, because I feel like you're in a situation and you're really going through. Let me find you really quickly. Where'd the question go? Okay, I think, where was it at? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I gotta find the question. There it is. Okay. This one's a little long, so hang on, okay? My husband and I have been married just shy of 2 years, and already I am thinking of walking away. So she's married, guys. She doesn't want to come on the show because she's married, okay? I'm already thinking of walking away. We both work, make good money. My husband has a doctorate, so he makes more than me. He has a demanding job, and he has been very stressed at work lately. He drank too much and got into an accident. I have told him several times he can always take an Uber. He was charged with a DUI. This is his second one. I am extremely angry and I feel I cannot support him through this one because I am so angry. We have a 7-month-old and just finished building our home. How could he almost risk it all? He is hesitant about marriage counseling or individual therapy, but he did not all the way say no. Is it wrong that I'm looking at apartments? Is it wrong that I'm looking at apartments? And anybody who's got more questions for me, if you want to go over and send an inbox question, you can go over and do that now too, and I'll try to get it answered on it live, okay? So if you want to ask a question or ask a question right here in the comments, if you don't mind being seen, I'll answer it as well, okay? So for married lady looking at apartments, that's what I'm going to call her. The first thing I would say is that you have not required him to do his work. And this is very common with wives, guys. We have not been taught to draw a real line in the sand. We're angry, we're hurting, we're ready to throw up our hands, we're already ready to give up without even requiring the necessary work that it would take to... Obviously, there's a problem, right? There's a problem. He's now has a drinking problem. He's relying on alcohol because he's stressed because of whatever is going on. This is not his first DUI. This is his second DUI, and he is a professional man, okay? So there's some things going on with him personally. It's not marriage counseling that needs to be required. It is individual therapy that needs to be required. And wife who's looking at apartments, you also can go get individual therapy. Hold yourself accountable to do it as well. I believe we all need therapy. I'll say it again. Carrie has his own therapist. I have my own therapist. I also have a life coach, right? We also have a marriage counselor, okay? So you get your own therapist and then hold him accountable to, it's not an option. Do you want this marriage? Do you want your wife and your baby in the same house, in our new house that we just built? Do you want to hold this together? If so, Jay Ballard says, I got mine. Jay, I like you more and more every time you comment, babe. I love it. If you want this marriage to work and you want it to last, I'm going to need you to get therapy, because I'm not going to stay if you don't start doing the work and pulling back the layers of whatever it is going on with you. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a healer. I can't figure you out, heal you, solve your problems, take all of this off of you. I don't know what it is that's going on with you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I don't know your secret thoughts, your secret pain. I do not know your secret traumas that you have never shared with me. I need you to go get help. Help. You need professional help to start peeling back the layers before you destroy our family. So before I would blow up my whole life, wife who's looking for apartments, I would actually put some requirements in place. Now, what that's going to feel like when you're doing that is it's going to feel like an ultimatum. It's going to feel like this or else. And that's okay. See, that's one thing, guys, really, really good-hearted, sweet, God-loving people have never been taught. There's got to be some boundaries. There's got to be some requirements. There's got to be some standards that are set in order to keep us around. You want the benefits of your wife, the mother of your child. You want to hold your family together. Well, you can't be out here risking it all, drinking and getting DUIs, about to risk it all and put our family down the tubes, or kill somebody while you're drinking and driving. Right? She said it in the message, risking it all. So before you go look at some apartments and see, now I did a video about this over on YouTube a while ago. And it's like, it's why nice isn't working, right? Because we tap dance around this. We will make suggestions. He didn't outright say no, because guess what, sweetheart? You didn't say, you got to do this. You didn't see, you're angry, but you don't actually express how you're really feeling. And you're about to be ready to get divorced and get out of your whole marriage and blow up your whole life. But did you really require it? Require it. See how that's different? That's different than you saying, I think you need. You should. Have you ever thought of? Have you considered? No. See, that's different from, see, you're not about to take me down with you. What I require of you, my life partner and husband, is for you to get some help. Because I'm not about to, come on now, this is where your boundaries and your self-love and your self-respect has to show up. And then in your communication, see, sometimes we tap dance around people's feelings. But was he tap dancing around your feelings or considering you when he was drinking and got in that car and got another DUI? And you said he makes more money than you. Can you pay for that house without him? Can you take care of your brand new infant child without him? He is more of the breadwinner than you. Not that you're not working, wife looking for apartments, but you don't want to know how, you don't want to do life without him. You didn't get married and have a child to be a single mother. And this is why the saying that behind every great man, there's a great woman, right? Ladies, let me tell you something, especially my married ladies. You have to require some things, which means at times you're tap dancing on their ego. There's no room to constantly be walking on eggshells because you don't want to hurt his feelings and you don't want to be antagonistic and you don't want to make an ultimatum. But if you don't, it's over anyway. You'll be ready to divorce him and serve him with divorce papers, and he's scrambling now. Ask me how I know. Do you know how many inbox messages and emails Carrie and I have got from husbands who are now saying, I need marriage counseling. My wife is leaving me. Help me, help me, help me. I don't want to lose my wife. But she kept insinuating, we need help. We need therapy. I think we should do this. I think we should do that. You need help. And guess what women do a lot? Wives, this is what you do. You can be doing your work. He needs help. He needs to do the work. But now you're suggesting marriage counseling. Let's start with the two individuals. He needs therapy. He needs his own individual work. While you're doing your work, then you can think about doing some marriage counseling. See, because men will deflect in a heartbeat. You'll get in marriage counseling and all his issues somehow get mixed up with you and your relationship, and now it's all your fault. It's so easy for them to deflect, not take accountability. Because you in marriage counseling, not husband counseling, him on his own, dealing with his mess and all his issues, right? So require it. Before you blow up your life, before you give up that man, before you leave the father of your child, require it. If you don't get therapy, counseling, coaching, all of the above, and get to the root issues. Root issues. Yes, sometimes husbands are the ones who suggest counseling. Yes, they do, sweetheart. I'm just giving an example. But if you have to require it. If you don't, it's over anyway. This is the truth. Here's the truth. If you guys don't get help, you're definitely going to end up divorced. Whether it's right now or 5 years down the road, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and there's no accountability and nothing changes. So guess what? I'm a strategist. I'm one of those people, I'm jumping 5 steps ahead. If you don't get some help, this is over anyway. We might as well call it quits. We might as well call it quits now before it really blows up and we can't even be cool and we can't even be friends and we start to hate each other. Let's just nip it in the bud now. Because if you're not going to do what it takes to heal this trauma and these issues, there ain't nowhere for this to go. Now, wife who's looking for apartments, it also means you hold yourself accountable. You know, I believe in leadership. Whatever you're going to ask of someone else, make sure you're doing it too. Okay? Whatever you're going to ask of someone else, guess what? It's a lot easier for you to require something of someone when you're doing it. If you're like, well, I got my therapist, I'm getting one too, because all this mess I've been going through, I need some help, and I'm about to get my help. Now, you also. Yes, Punch 311 says men in general tend to ignore things until it's too late. Women are thinking 5 steps ahead. Some women, yes. You have to be doing it also. Don't be a hypocrite. Everybody needs help. And that's also one of the ways that encourage them to do it. Because so often, guys, especially Black men, we are trying to create a culture of healing and help, right? We're trying to normalize mental health. Black men for generations and generations have been said, well, that's for crazy people. That's for white people. Therapy, I'm fine. I ain't crazy. That's fine for y'all, but I don't need that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I believe every single person on earth needs to be talking to someone, being able to vent, express their feelings, their pain, their issues, without bleeding all over the people that they love. Okay? All right, let me see if I got another question here. I hope I answered that one good. Requests. All right, here's another one. I've been with my husband for 14 years. In the last 6 years, there has been no intimacy, no love, no support. He is an alcoholic. How do I take the step to move on in my life because the love is gone? Whew, sweetheart. Okay, so 14 years, the last 6 years, there's been no intimacy, no love, no support. And so there's, Mr. Intellect says, I'm the first in my generation to seek therapy and open to talk about it. It's needed. Thank you, Mr. Intellect. Please keep leading by example. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so you've been together 14 years, lovely. And 6 of those years, so what's my math, guys? 8 years together, then the last 6 years, it's blown up. And there's been nothing going on, no intimacy, no love, no support. He's an alcoholic. How do I take the step to move on with my life because the love is gone? So yeah, Punch 311 says 6 years. 6 years is a long time, sweetheart. So here's the thing. Sweetheart, it's easy for me to sit here and say, leave. I mean, you got to start making the moves to get out of this. You're not happy, okay? You're not fulfilled. This is not your best life. This is not God's best for you. God's not about to come in and magically change it. I need someone to hear me. I need somebody to hear me. God does not wave a magic wand, right? God does not wave a magic wand and fix people. I need somebody to hear me right now, okay? Mr. Valentino, I'm going to come back to your question. People have to be committed to their own change. People have to be committed to their own happiness. People have to be committed to their own healing. Your husband, sweetheart, has to want to change for himself. He has to want to get healed to do the work, to put the bottle down, to stop drinking. You can't do that for him. So as long as he's drinking and as long as he's unhappy and as long as he's using alcohol to cope, you're going to continue to be in a toxic marriage. And you can't make him want to fix these things. You know that. I get the feeling, honey, in my spirit. You have been trying and trying and trying. You've been trying to make this work. You've been trying everything. You've driven yourself half crazy, trying to find solutions for your marriage. And you feel like now you've lost hope, but you don't know what to do because it's been so long. And here's the thing. Can I tell you something? You know the word enabling? The word enabling comes from psychology that has to do with the people who enable drug addicts. The people who are the soft landing place, the safe space for drug addicts. So I bet you, honey, that what you're serving for him in your marriage is that you're an enabler. You don't realize it, but you're holding things together for him. He's not having to face the consequences of his choices. He's not having to face and deal with the real true circumstances and choices from his choices he's making to drink. And it's probably part of what you're afraid of is you feel like you're afraid of leaving him, that he's going to fall apart or he could even end up dead. But that's the problem. That's not your role to play. You can't stay in a position where you keep saving him from where he wants to be. He's right where he wants to be. He's right where he wants to be. And sometimes, can I also give you another insight? Sometimes you're standing in the way of God dealing with him. You could be standing in the way of people dealing with the consequences of their choices. And guess what? It's consequences, guys, that gets people to change. It's when you reach rock bottom. It's when you lose your job because of your behavior and activity. It's when you have to deal with the consequences of your choices that then you find God. Who can testify? Who can testify that it's when you reach the end of your rope, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, maybe you sticking around is prolonging his healing. Maybe he needs to hit rock bottom. Maybe he needs to find himself underneath a bridge. Maybe he needs to find himself with no job, no car, no money. Maybe he needs to find himself in the gutter to wake up, have a conversation with God, and make up his mind to get his life together. And you could be standing in the way of that progressing. You could be standing in the way of God having his way with someone. So while you trying to play super wife, super husband, whom else am I talking to? Said 24 says, wow. See, caregivers and big-hearted people try to sometimes play God in situations, guys. We try to play God. We're trying to be everything to someone. You can't be everything to someone. You're not called to be everything to someone. That's God's role. That's between them and God. That's not your role. How can you show up for you trying to be everything to somebody else? Let him go. Make peace in your heart. Make up your mind. God, I give him to you. I am going to let go of this situation. And I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to put him in your hands. Mr. Valentino says, I spent 23 years trying to get a broken person to realize they are good enough, but was getting torn apart at the same time. It hurts. Mr. Valentino, for all of us with big hearts, and we think we can love them back to life. We think we can instill self-love if we just love them enough, if we just give and we just keep pouring into them, that it can fix and put together all their broken pieces. We can't. That's an inside job. That's up to every single one of us individually. Individually. Where we are at in life is exactly where we want to be. Can I give you guys a little insight? People, you, me, all of us are right where we want to be. We're right where we want to be. When you look at someone and you think they're so stuck, they're so miserable, but what are they doing to change it? If you don't like where you're at, okay, I've gained 15 pounds since the beginning of the year. Caught COVID again, got sick, my hormones got imbalanced. I gained like 15 pounds since like February. And this 15 pounds, guys, I look at pictures of me and I'm just like, ugh. Okay, I can either be miserable and hate looking at pictures of myself, or I can get busy losing it. So guess what I'm doing? I got a whole regimen, my bait weight regimen. I'm drinking my water, doing my cardio, fruits, vegetables, lean meats. I go pescatarian when I'm really dropping weight, right? Shrimp, fish, veggies, fruit, cardio, water, making sure I'm going to the bathroom. I get serious. The weight will fall off. It will drop off because I'm doing something about it. People are right where they want to be. And if you do not see them taking any action to heal the low self-esteem, heal their mindset, heal, if they're not doing anything to change where they're at, they're right where they want to be. Lena Booth, I saw you say you finally filed for divorce, sweetheart. I am so happy for you. You know you've been following me for a while. You've been telling me all the details about stuff when you comment. I'm so happy for you, sweetheart. This is going to be a whole new season. A whole new season. You were in a dead-end marriage to begin with. It all starts with self. Okay. Hold on. Here's somebody else. All right. Thank you for your great advice. I told a guy I was looking to be a girlfriend, fiance, and wife. I told him to sleep with me. To sleep with me, I require a relationship, that I want to be married. His reply was he wants to kiss me and hug me. I told him put a ring on it. His reply was, I understand. No, I understand to find a value, but man, he was not the one for me. Thank you, thank you. So listen, guys, when it comes to dating, everyone's not dating with intention. Everyone's not dating to be serious. And this is something that you need to understand, right? You need to understand. There's people out here dating just for fun. There are people who are out here who are just dating for entertainment, fun, stress relief, whatever. Everyone's not out here on the same page. It is your job, if you're serious and you're wanting to get married and or you want to be in a relationship, that's leading towards marriage, it's your job to vet for that. Because the people who are just having fun are not going to tell you that they're just having fun. Women who are just having fun don't feel that they're allowed to be able to date just for fun. They're just doing it while they're telling themselves they're looking for love. They're not even honest with themselves. Men, you can't be honest about just dating for fun, because you're going to be a hoe, a player, and women are just going to run from you, when you tell them that you're not looking for anything serious. Although I've seen a lot of situations where you can be honest, fellas, and the ladies still stick around. I mean, they don't listen. And you can always say, I told you, but they don't listen. So just keep in mind that just because you're serious, just because you want something that's leading towards a significant relationship and eventually marriage, doesn't mean that everyone you meet is on that same page. And it is up to you to vet for that. And you need to be serious about vetting that, because that's how you're going to get your feelings hurt. Yes, she says, Watts P&G says, yes, that was me for the longest time, dating for fun, but trying to convince myself I'm looking for a healthy, stable relationship. I did that too. When I first got divorced after being married for like a decade, guys, I didn't know how to date. I didn't know how to date. So I only knew how to date with the intention of being serious. I had no business trying to be serious after being married for 10 years, but I didn't know how to do that. And that's not what good girls do, right? So we tell ourselves we're looking for love, but we're really just having fun. I am Shakisha Cherie says, what are your thoughts on I never can say this word, polyamory or polygamy? I can never say polyamory. I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to have to go have that pronounced for me so I can try to practice saying that word. Or polygamy. I don't believe in it. I think a lot of people believe in it. It gets complicated real quick, Shakisha, because I know there's a lot of men who try to give this argument around polygamy. But most men can't handle one woman or one wife, much less two or three. So let's just keep it honest. I think a lot of men who think about that, that's not in their tax bracket. And a lot of men will manipulate and utilize that. And it's really just about sex. That's all it's about, is sex. It's not about some family unit or legacy that they try to make it about. It's about a man having his sexual desires and fantasies fulfilled. So I don't see it. And then I don't even see it working. You know, you see these polygamy situations and they're still not working. It's not like these relationships are just like so perfect and working well. They still end up breaking up or divorced. Right? Jay Ballard says, I only want a marriage-minded individual. I hear that, sweetheart. Polyamory. Is that how I say it right? Polyamory. I have to practice that word, y'all. I'm sorry. I haven't said that word very much. Polyamory. Polyamory. She got me pronouncing it all wrong. You guys making fun of me. Yes. Okay. Definitely need to learn how to date after a long relationship. Yeah, I was married for a decade, guys. I didn't know how to date. Erica says not in their tax bracket. Listen, I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know. All these, anyway, don't get me to talking bad about people. All I'm saying, guys, why is it always coming from some dusty looking dude? I'm just saying, the men I see professing this, oh, this would fix our black families, go back in history, this is what history was. I mean, were you talking about kings? Are you talking about like Solomon? Stop it. You out here making minimum wage and can barely take care of yourself, but want 2 wives. Okay, boo, we'll see how that works out for you.
The Wi-Fi network.
Oh gosh, she's talking to me actually. Okay, boo. All right, let me see where I go my next question. Okay, I answered that one. Let me make sure I didn't miss any right here. Oh wait, here's one. Let's see. All right, here's another one. You guys ready? What time is it? Oh, we're doing good on time. It goes like slower when I don't have guests, doesn't it? When I'm just answering questions from the inbox. Hi, Rebecca. Excited about the Q&A session tonight. Here's my question. Went to a therapist, but I don't think she understands my trauma. I know I said dusty, Michelle. Look, y'all, you know I'm human, y'all. Like, I just be looking at these dudes like, dude, don't nobody want to be your second and third. Nobody wants to be your first wife. Forget second or third. You can't even keep a girlfriend or a baby mama happy. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. The truth. You know I'm telling the truth. Hi, Rebecca. Okay, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm going back to your question. Went to a therapist, but I don't think she understands my trauma. I'm dealing with depression. My issues are mother-daughter and father-daughter trauma, past and current, okay? Anxiety and unproductivity, and being unmarried at almost 40. How do I know which issue I should attack first? So, sweetheart, here's the thing. Therapy, first of all, I'm going to recommend my healing course. That's going to be number one. I'm going to recommend the Work Healing class for you, because there is a difference between therapy and spiritual healing. Oh, my son's calling me. I'll call him back. There's a difference between therapy and spiritual healing work and coaching, right? Our healing class takes a deep dive into these issues, because what happens, hun, is that there's root issues and then there's issues that are a symptom of the root issues. And oftentimes we will get so preoccupied with the symptoms and we're trying to solve problems that are actually caused by the root issues. Watts P&G says, how do you know if you need therapy or spiritual healing? Everybody does. So if you have never done those things, you definitely need it, okay? Especially as you keep living life. It's just more and more layers of pain and issues keep getting layered on. So what I would say is this. Therapy is more of a long-term marathon, right? It's like week by week, how can I say this? Therapy for me is like venting, and you're talking, and that's the first step of healing. Just talking, so you're getting some stuff out that is on the inside, and that's very beneficial. However, there are some limits to therapy, and all therapists are not created equal either. There's really, really great therapists that implement lots of different techniques, and lots of even bringing in more coaching type of techniques into their therapy. And then there's strictly, therapists that are hardly even listening to you when you're talking. They're not really getting to know you. I had a therapist that I had talked about a specific subject with, an issue around loss and grief that I had attributed to abandonment. But as I studied more on my own, it really is loss and grief and rejection, not really abandonment. But I always categorized it as abandonment in my mind. And there was one therapist I worked with for quite a while around these specific issues. And at the end, like by the time I got to like my last couple of sessions with her about about that subject, it was kind of like there wasn't a whole lot more that she could do with me in this subject. And then whenever that's triggered in me or something happens, right, I can be triggered. The grief and loss issues that I have and rejection issues that I've dealt with in my life, whenever that gets triggered, I would think about booking another session with that particular therapist, but I realized there wasn't really anything more that she could do for me. I could talk about it, but just talking about it wasn't getting me to the next level of healing that I was seeking. And that's when I began to apply my own coaching methods on this issue so I could dive deeper. Now, what that looks like is like meditation and workbooks and journaling and reading books. There's a lot that goes into your next level of healing. It's not going to come just through therapy. For those of you who think that therapy is this, one size fits all, fix it, right? Really deep levels of healing comes in through self-awareness. And it also comes in through feeling the feelings. I say it all the time. You cannot heal what you don't feel. So what we do in our healing course is go back and uncover the root issues, which oftentimes we're running from, we're avoiding because those emotions are so heavy and it's so hard, we don't want to really deal with it. But we have to in order to heal. So when it comes to knowing what issue to deal with first, I would refer you to the WORK Masterclass to work on that, because it's going to have you actually go back and discover the root issues, because that's what you need to be working on first. The stuff that's really at the root of what's going on with you, not the symptom type stuff that's coming as a result of the core pain and the core issues. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. And mother-daughter, father-daughter trauma, sweetheart. Most of our trauma is related to our parents or our loved ones. That's just the truth. That is going to be the initial trauma. And then if you have stuff that's still going on today, it just keeps getting layered on. And probably no one has taught you to put distance between you and your parents. If they are not healthy individuals, then you're continuing to be hurt and you're going through more trauma, which is not healthy. And nobody ever really talks to us about these situations in real life. We just think, well, it's my family, I have to deal with them. No, you can start to deal with them with a long-handled spoon, right? That you don't have to be subjecting yourself. You don't have to be tolerating trauma and abuse. Okay. One with Destiny says, how did you know you were ready to date and vet for someone who is not good at either of the two? So dating and vetting is practice. It's really just getting out there and starting to date. Dating is this really valuable exercise, guys, where you get to know yourself, right? Alicia says, what if you live with them? then you're going to have to work extra hard to not spend as much time and spend more time in your room, not be around them, not try to hang around them and have conversations with them as much as you would normally do it. And then I suggest that you get ready to move. Okay. So when it comes to dating and vetting, guys, dating is like an exercise where it's about self-awareness. You're getting to know yourself, what works for you, what doesn't. I think a lot of the time, big-hearted, loving people make dating so much about other people, and you don't recognize to take the time to be learning who are you? What do you want? What do you like? And it's as you're meeting people and listening to people and communicating and getting to know people that you really learn those things about yourself. But sadly, most people are so busy trying to, make it be the one. You're so busy trying to get this end result that you don't just enjoy the process. And if you would just kind of relax and enjoy the process of just getting to know people, it becomes a really great opportunity for you to get to know yourself, which is just invaluable. Self-awareness is invaluable, guys. It's only as you get to know yourself that you can know then what is a fit for you and what you like and what you don't like, right? It's when you're not dating that you just end up trying to make things work when it's really not even a fit for you to begin with. Alicia, thank you, Rebecca. You cover so many points that I've been dealing with. I've been following you on and off for 3 to 4 years. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you and all your support. Okay, let me go. Let me see if I got another one. I don't see any other new ones in here. I might be missing it in the requests one. I think I missed a question from you, Mr. Valentino. I think I saw Mr. Valentino. If you're still on, honey, I think you said something about 23 years, and you were in a relationship or a marriage, and she had weight loss surgery, left you, and now she's wanting to come back. One of the things I often say, guys, is big-hearted, good-hearted people tolerate too much and don't have enough boundaries. And no one's taught us how to self-love, right? How to self-love. Loving yourself first is the number one ingredient to having a healthy relationship. You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome, Tiffany. True love starts with self-love. And that's where a lot of big-hearted, good-hearted, empathetic, compassionate, loving lovers go wrong, because you tend to make everybody else first in your life, but you don't put yourself first. And so, Mr. Valentino, if you have not worked on you to really learn how to love yourself and how to be confident in who you are, to understand what you deserve. I guarantee you that, she probably got it out there, realized that nobody was going to love her like you loved her. Nobody had her back like you had her back. And then she's trying to come back, right? But that doesn't mean that she loves you. It just means she's smart, right? Like, oh, you missed out. You let go of a good thing. You ran out here. Went through some dudes who didn't treat you the way Mr. Valentino treated you, and now you're coming back trying to grab hold of your good thing. I don't blame her. But that doesn't mean that you have to accept it. So I would be very, very cautious. I would be very careful, because especially when you're dealing with old relationships, you mentioned something about like 23 years. When you're dealing with old relationships, you're going to find yourself falling back into old patterns, old cycles, right? Because it's what you know, it's habit. And trying to create new patterns around self-love and boundaries with people that you have previously not done that with for over 2 decades is very difficult. So I could easily see you falling back into a really bad pattern with your ex, where you're going to not be appreciated nor respected. And that's a no-go. That's a non-starter. You could meet somebody tomorrow, Mr. Valentino, that would love you more and appreciate you more than this woman who didn't appreciate you for 23 years. So I would be very, very careful, and I would protect your heart because you deserve better than that. Okay. All right, guys, our time is winding down. Anybody else have any quick questions? Anybody else have any quick questions before our time winds down? All right, if you want to be a live guest next week, where you left off is where you pick up at. Jay Ballard, I like you, dude. I like you a lot. You have very wise advice. I enjoy your comments, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Bosina says, I'm so grateful to you, Rebecca. I purchased the Work Masterclass you created almost a month in. You are a blessing from above. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm so glad it's blessing you and helping you as well. Tabink says, how to start self-love. The work healing class. Oh, here we go. Life with Nyx. I'm sorry, I missed this one, honey. But yeah, Tabink, you need to be in the Work Masterclass. How can you tell the difference between fear and intuition? Okay. Oh, Royal, when do we get the certificate from the healing course? You know, Mr. Pope's mom passed away. He was working on that when his mom passed away. We're going to see if we can still create a certificate for completing the healing course. I will remind him of that. Let me see. How can you tell the difference between fear and intuition? Life with Nyx, I would say it's about peace. Peace. Your gut, your intuition, your discernment, the spirit of God that is inside of all of us is what intuition is. And it's a quiet certainty. Quiet certainty. It's like a knowing that's deep down inside your gut. Okay? Fear feels very jittery. It feels anxious. It's rooted in fear is rooted in fear, right? It's rooted in it's not peaceful. It's out of order. It's comes along with anxiety, indecisiveness, right? One of the things Life with Nyx I would say is that whenever I have a decision to make and I'm questioning what to do, I will get still. I will go into meditation. I will quiet my mind. And it's in stillness where you really know what the real answers are. It's when you shut down all the noise and all the chaos and get quiet, you'll know what comes next or what you're supposed to be doing. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Self-love is not some feeling for yourself. It is not allowing anyone to hurt, disrespect, and throw you scraps, not even yourself. Thank you, sweetheart. Great definition. Most definitely. Self-love, guys, is about self-respect. Self-respect. It first starts with how you treat yourself and then commanding that same level of respect and treatment from others. And if they do not, you have to be willing to walk away. Okay? Willing to walk away. You're welcome, Life with Nyx. You're welcome, guys. All right. Make sure you email me live at RebeccaLynnPope.com. Jay Ballard, meditation is what I need to learn. Oh my God, sweetheart. Yes. Meditation changed my life. Do you guys hear me? Meditation changed my life. Literally. Okay. It's absolutely amazing. Necessary. We've always been taught about prayer and faith, but no one's taught us to get still. And it's in stillness that we align with Holy Spirit, Creator, Universe, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Soft Notes 2911, thank you. You are helping me so much. Please say if I came on late. Yep, I'm going to say this, sweetheart. All right. What should I name this live, guys? What should I name it? I need a good catchy title so everybody will watch it on the replay. What should I name this live? You're welcome, Taylor. You're welcome, sweetheart. What should I name this live, guys? I don't know what to name it. Oh, yes, Tina Lorraine. Jay Ballard, read the Master Key for meditation. Thank you, Life with Nyx. Auntie Rebecca, you so bomb. Also, I just saw that book on my bookcase. The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein is a great meditation book also. Fall Q&A. Thank you from, I don't know what flag that is, Pete. I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you too. Help with Rebecca. Fall Q&A, Tabink says. Okay, that was the name of the video I should do. No Dusties allowed, Erica says. Oh, Mr. Valentino, catch it on replay. I did talk about your situation. Q&A from the inbox. Okay. All right, guys. Blessings in abundance. Send me an email if you want to be a live guest so I can answer all your questions and we can strategize about your life and what you need to do next, okay? If you have a situation. All right. All right. Love you guys. Blessings in abundance. See you next Wednesday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.